Welcome to the Live Right Now podcast with me, Allan Haw. This is where mindfulness meets everyday life. Thanks for joining me for this reflection on living with intention. Let's talk about how we can live right now. Well, hello, beautiful souls. It's me, Allan. Welcome to the Live Right Now podcast. If you've been with us from the beginning, you know that things are a little different now. For one, you might be watching on YouTube, and we didn't have video before. But also, I'm here on my own. And well, some of you may remember the last time we spoke, back in 2020, episode 34. It was a difficult episode to record. And if you heard it, you know why. We had just lost Sandy, Chef Wendell's angel eyes. And with that loss came a necessary pause, not just for the podcast, but for grieving, for honoring what was sacred, and for building the life that comes after loss. So after a long break today, I want to talk about beginnings and how sometimes the most meaningful ones come after the longest silence. You know, I have thought about coming back to this podcast more times than I can count. Chef Wendell and I, we built something beautiful together with Live Right Now. His energy, his wisdom about food and body and spirit, it's infectious. And to be honest, wasn't sure I wanted to do this podcast without him because he's such an integral part of it. In fact, he's the reason that it happened in the first place. So we paused. And as Ferris Bueller once said, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you could miss it. Now, over these past few years, I've made sure to look around and not miss a thing. My wife, Laura, and I, we finished raising the last of our kids. And now we're watching as they grow and spread their wings, getting married, bringing our grandchildren into our lives. Now, of course, Wendell, he's still Wendell. He's continued to be the bright light that we know and love. And as time has passed, I've become more and more inspired to share some new thoughts with you. So I reached out to Wendell recently. He's in a different season of his life right now, focused on his family, diving deep into ascension and Christ consciousness, doing the inner work that calls to him. I told him what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring the Live Right Now podcast back, but in my own way. His response? Go get him, my friend. Love you. Well, Wendell, I love you too. And I hope that this new direction for this podcast that we started makes you proud. Semisonic once sang, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. That's what this feels like. It's not a replacement for what was, but an evolution, a continuation born from gratitude. Now, if you didn't listen before, when Wendell and I co-hosted, we explored living right through food, through wellness, through practical daily choices. That foundation is still important to me, but what's been stirring in my heart these past few years is something quieter, something about purpose, presence, possibility, about the space between moments, about how we show up for ourselves and each other when life gets hard or beautiful, or both at once. In that final episode, I said something that seems maybe even more important now. Wendell had asked, what do you affirm after I am? For me, still, I am is all the affirmation I need. It means I'm here now. I'm enough. I'm loved. There's nothing needed beyond just being. That's the thread I want to follow now. So what does that mean for Live Right Now going forward? It means this podcast is going to be a space for quiet reflection, for the small sacred moments that remind us that we're alive, for the questions that don't always have answers, but deserve to be asked anyway, and for those brief moments of clarity that happen when you're paying attention. I'll be sharing stories, mine, maybe yours if you send them to me. I'll be exploring ideas about mindfulness, presence, gratitude, and what it means to truly be rather than just to do. Some episodes might have a spiritual thread. Some might be just about noticing a light at a certain time of day, or what happened when I finally stopped running and just sat still. Now, I'm no chef, I'm no guru. I'm just someone trying to live with intention, one imperfect moment at a time. And I think that's enough. This won't be a long show. Most episodes will be around 10 minutes or so. Just enough time for one thought, one breath, one invitation to pause with me. So I want to ask you, what does it mean for you to live right now? Not tomorrow, not in the plan you're making or the regret that you're carrying. Right now. For me, today, it means trusting that starting again, even after years of silence, is okay. It means honoring what was without being bound by it. It means believing that my voice, just as it is, has something worth sharing. And for you, well, maybe it's giving yourself permission to rest, to feel, to try something new, or to let something go. Maybe it's as simple as taking one conscious breath and realizing I am here and that's all I need. I'm so grateful you're here, whether you've been waiting for this or you're just discovering Live Right Now for the first time. Welcome. I want to end with a moment of gratitude for Chef Wendell and this podcast that we built, and for you. Thank you for giving me your time, your attention, your presence. I'm excited to walk this road with you, to explore what it means to live with open hearts and mindful spirits. Whatever today brings, remember to take things one step at a time. Be mindful of the blessings in every moment. Embrace the love around you. The past is behind us. The future yet to arrive. There is no other time than now. So, until next time, make the most of every moment. And remember, live right now. Thanks for being part of Live Right Now. If you like what you've heard, I encourage you to like and follow the podcast on YouTube or your favorite podcast platform and share it with someone who could use a little inspiration today. Join the conversation on our Facebook page or email me your thoughts at the address in the show notes. I'm Allan Haw. Until next time, make the most of every moment and remember to live right now.